Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 When we use the words, we have superlatives like good, better, best. But supreme, you cannot say there is no superlative to supreme. Itself is superlative. That's why we have the Supreme Court. There is no higher court than that. So, the degrees do not apply to the Supreme. In all other areas, we have a higher levels. But in space, when we go into space, what is we have the stratosphere, atmosphere, ionosphere, and all the things are there. The stages, the strata. In space, like that the Supreme. So the Supreme Court has given an observation few days ago, which has heartened all the people. It has given joy to every right-thinking person in India, emboldened people to make them believe in the strength of not only the judiciary, the strength of justice. Because our slogan is Dharmameva Jayate, Satyameva Jayate. There is, you can have a lesser truth and a greater truth. In a sense, you can argue. But Supreme Court's decision is, they can undo it. In fact, there were instances when the Supreme Court's decision was circumvented, subverted. So it occurred to me, we have the stages like this. Incorrigible, incurable, insufferable. Can it be tolerated? How to correct it? Supreme Court is the answer. That's how I felt. Having seen in the Supreme Court, I was there in 1960. 70 years ago, I have seen how the Supreme Court was working. So I prayed to the Lord, let it get more strength. Justice should pervade every inch of this land. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. Dharma moolamidam jagat. Dharmad ardhascha kamascha. Ramo vigrahavan dharma. So, my prayer is answered now. That's how I felt. When the Supreme Court said, criminals cannot contest elections. When criminals are not there in parliament and legislatures, you can get justice and good laws. Good laws are necessary. The will of the people should be expressed. Because democracy is that. Vox populi, vox Dei. That is democracy. The will of the people is the word of the Lord. So, when it is expressed by the right persons in parliament and assemblies, they become enactments. They become law. It will be enforced, executed, and people will get the benefit. When a seed is good, you get good fruits. The Indian soil is dharma. We have this is a land of dharma. Dharma bhumi, Veda bhumi. So this is the secret. When I was all the time praying, Sabko Sannati De Bhagwan, Gandhiji's prayer. So can it become true? We are working against thoughts. That's how we felt. So the Lord is pleased. So he put sense into the minds of the Supreme Court judges. They are also human beings. They pronounced criminals cannot be legislators. One simple rule. They do not have the compunction or penitence or the sort of confession. Let them confess before the Lord whatever deity they adore. Parliament is our supreme power. That is the parliamentary democratic principle. So let them, as they enter Parliament, let them salute it, saying that we will speak the truth, we will work for justice. Let them pray in Parliament. I saw judges way back in 1960 in the Andhra High Court. I came from Madras. So a judge, before taking his seat as a judge of the High Court, he used to bow before the chair and then take his seat as a judge of the Supreme, of the bench. What a great sort of the reverence shown to the seat. That is the gesture. Everyone who occupies power, who can do some work for the good of the country, should show this gesture. Mother, I will work with honesty. I have given the prayer. Bharata Mata, you pray for motherland and say, I will work with honesty. And I will try to serve the poor. Manava Seve, Madhava Seva. Manava means not only the poor, all human beings. That's how it is said. Manava Seva. Not Bidavari Seva. Bida means humanity. That is the human value. Not the poverty service. No. Not the poor. You serve the poor because the Lord is seen in the poor. That's what Mother Teresa declared. I see the Lord in the poor. So, you serve the poor. That is how I felt as a reaction. So, India can now correct itself from this course. And whether these people in power do the introspection, rethinking, and come to the right way to serve the poor. Whether they do it or not, the Supreme Court's verdict will certainly rule. Unless it is undone by the Parliament. It cannot be undone. So the people have become wiser. Now the consciousness is there all over. Earlier, in prehistoric times, probably in the beginnings of society, the people were not so powerful. Nature was more powerful. So they tried to work in harmony and tried to understand and harness the forces. Now we have full understanding of nature and of governance. So people have very wide vision. So we can hope for better days. Jai Sri Ram.